Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man Mario. Welcome back into another episode of the Random Select Podcast. It is the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk. And get ready to meet your new best friend. It's not your daddy's podcast, baby, and it's definitely not for your mama. It could be for your mama, but let's get into it. Don't forget you can find me out there in all those digital streets. Find me out there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. TikTok, definitely follow me on TikTok at Mario Watts 2. We definitely on YouTube at, the Random Select podcast up on the YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, Random Select Podcast. So, see that little logo up there? If you see that little logo on YouTube or Facebook, you're in the right place. So thank you to all my longtime listeners that have supported me. Thank y'all for dealing with me through, a lot. Sometimes I know I take a long time in between episodes, but I got life going on. My grandson just moved in with me, so that's a whole nother podcast. Y'all stay on the lookout for that. But today I just kind of wanted to talk to you about understanding, friendships and understanding that sometimes we place the friendship moniker on people that, truth be told, don't deserve it. Truth be told, sometimes you have to come to a conclusion that maybe you're the shitty friend. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're going to get into all of that. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff like that. As I tell y'all all the times, everything I say may not be for you, and a lot of things I say is not going to be for you. But support anyway. Just share it. It could be for somebody else. You could never know how the words that I say could impact somebody else. It may not be for you, but don't be selfish. Don't think small-minded. Think big picture, because you ain't listening to it no way. So how is it gonna kill you just to press the screen a couple of times and share it, right? And I would do that for y'all, for most of the people that's out there that's doing something that I support. And then let's be honest, there's a lot of y'all I don't fuck with because y'all don't fuck with me. So when I be seeing stuff and y'all be trying to support, tell me to join the groups and all of that, I don't, because you ain't never once liked, shared, commented, or did anything like that. So I keep that same energy with you that you do with me. And a lot of people say, well, that's petty. No, it's not petty. It's just being even. It's being, I'm just doing what you do to me. So it is what it is, and I make no apologies for it. You don't like it, so fucking what? It is what it is, and I'm gonna be confidently unapologetic for not supporting you because you don't support me. All right, but let's get into today's topic. I was reached out to by a friend, and I'm not going to say any names. I'm just going to tell the story how I see fit and how it made me come to the conclusion and come to the things that I've come to. I reached out to a friend, and a friend asked me to borrow some money. Now, we all in our 50s at this particular point, but I noticed the pattern of certain friends that you have in your life that they really don't change. The archetype of who they are stayed the same since they've been about 20, right? And that's 30 plus years ago. 20 something years ago. That's 30 years ago. And it makes you wonder, when some people get to a point in life, they just comfortable with who they are. And sometimes when people get comfortable with who they are, you have to be comfortable with who they are. And then you have to act accordingly. You have to proceed accordingly. You have to treat them accordingly and meet them where they at. Because a lot of times, especially with our kids, we try to meet them where we think their potential at. And sometimes we lose sight of the fact that your kids are where they're at. And we just want the potential. So we see the potential and we want it for them so bad that we tend to treat them as if they've reached the potential or they're going to reach the potential. And sometimes people fall short of what you think their potential be, because that's how you see them. You never once stop to think and ask them how they see themselves, right? So this person asked me to borrow the money. Then I had the audacity, excuse me for having the audacity to ask what you need the money for. And this is how comfortable some people get with you. They tell you, well, don't worry about all of that. Just give me the money. So once they said, don't worry about all of that, just give me the money, at that particular point, I was like, okay, all right, that put in perspective how they see things, that put in perspective, in all honesty, how they see me. They just figure like, hey, I'm your boy, I could depend on you. So give me the money, right? Like if you went to the bank and you asked to borrow some money, they're going to ask you, what are you trying to secure this loan for? That's the reason why the loans have names: auto loans, home improvement loans, line of equity loans, because they want to know what it's for. If they give you this money for the house, they assume that you buying the house. They'll give you an auto loan. They assume that is you buying the car. But once the person said, don't worry about all that, you're going to send me the money or not. Now, they got so comfortable, they didn't even give me a date as to when they're going to pay me back. They didn't say, okay, let me borrow the money and I'll give it back to you on Tuesday. So that's when I started putting in perspective, how people really see you, or where the ships fall when it comes to relationships, and it comes to friendships, co-workerships, partnerships, all of that stuff. Sometimes we have to reevaluate and look at things how they really are, and you can't get mad, you can't get frustrated, you can't get upset. You just got to meet these people where they actually are. You can't meet them where you think they should be. You can't meet them where you think y'all should be. You got to literally meet them where they at. And that's what I started telling the people that live in my house. I am no longer going by what you should and shouldn't do. I am treating you for the data and the analytics have showed me. You showed me where you are. You showed me how I should be treating you. You showed me the energy I should be having when it comes to you. And that's the energy I'm going to have. I'm no longer going by potential. I'm not longer going by what I think should be common sense for certain people. It is not. I'm treating people where they are. If you showing me you slow, I'm going to treat you like you slow. If you showing me you on top of it, I'm going to treat you like you on top of it. If you showing me you don't give a damn, you going to see that I don't give a damn. If you showing me you care and got some compassion and empathy, I'll show you care and compassion and empathy. I am going to meet you where you're at to give you the same energy. But the funny thing I've learned about giving people the same energy that they give you, they don't like it. They hate it. Which is funny because that's the same energy you put out, which you're telling me you hate how you are. Because when I treat you like you treat me, and I do you how you do me, talk to you how you talk to me, you can't stand it. You hate it. So, and I'm telling a lot of these people, hey, I'm just matching the same energy that you're matching. So when they hate it, that really says a lot. That really says that you can't stand how you are, but yet and still you do it on a regular basis. You do it day in and day out. But I'm getting a little off track here. The point I'm making is that even though you care for your friends, you care for your family, you care for your boys or the people that you say you'll ride or die. And sometime in the process of caring for them, we tend to forget that these people haven't grown. These people haven't made a conscious effort to better their life and do better. They're at the same old spot that they've been at for a long time, right? And then they have sometimes the audacity to devalue what you do. They say, oh, I don't know what you do. Oh, but you don't know what I do. But yet and still you can borrow money from me. You know that I got 6 kids. Most of my kids are grown. You know that I just took on my grandkid to come live with me, but you still asking me to borrow money, and you pretty much is over there. You know what I'm saying? Don't have a third of the responsibility that I have, but it never dawns on them that maybe there's some life changes that need to be made. And recently, I've been busy, I kind of took a step back from, dealing with a lot of people in my life. I started focusing on me. I stopped watching TV. I started taking that time, working out and reading things and learning stuff, getting ready to go back to school to get my journalism, broadcast journalism degree. I got my audio engineering certification. I'm just on this journey to better myself, right? And I'm really, really, really thinking about just forsaking the broadcast journalism and get something in mental health psychology and try to help people unwrap why they think the way they think. But I realize when I look around at a lot of the people in my life, whether it be friends, whether it be family, is stagnated and been in the same place for years and years and years and years. And in the process of doing all that, I've done all this stuff that I don't even tell people about. I've got all type of certifications. I got all type of things that I've done. I don't even tell people about it. I just go about my business. I just do my thing, make my little money how I can on the side, doing a little bit of this, doing a little bit of that, writing music for people. I don't tell nobody nothing. I just do what I got to do. But one thing I learned about us black people, and my friends in particular, if you don't complain or bitch about, the hardships of your life, that you got bills and all of that, people always assume you straight. And this is what I want to say to the people because I know most of the people don't listen to the podcast, except for my loyal few friends. And by the way, you're listening to the Random Select podcast. I appreciate y'all. It's the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk, baby. This ain't your daddy's podcast, but it could be your mama's. The thing about that is that by you not changing, by you saying that, oh, okay, I'm not complaining, I'm not bitching, you don't realize the reason I don't complain, the reason I don't bitch, the reason I don't bring up things to you, because in all honesty, you can't do a damn thing for me. I can't be hungry and complaining to the next man sitting next to me who hungry too. He can't do nothing for me. We both just hungry. It's no need for us to keep on saying we hungry. We both know we've been together all week. We've been together for 12 years. We both know we not eating. So if I ain't bitching and moaning and complaining to you, it's because rationalize this, think this through. You can't do shit for me. I'm the person that you call when you need help. So why? Like I said, my mind is elevated to a certain point. I'm not complaining to you because you can't do shit. Your money ain't together. Your life ain't to where you got extra disposable income to give somebody. You barely can pay people back. And especially for a lot of my female friends who love to ask me for money but got people in their life, I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding the logic behind that. Y'all always talking about y'all bad bitches. Y'all always talking about your boss bitches. Y'all always saying about how if a person gonna be in my life, he got to do A, B, and C, X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. But it's all talk, because when these dudes come along, you require nothing from them. You're always calling people, like me, that you feel, the old rock, old sturdy do-boy ass, sucker ass simp nigga, to help you out. And then here's the weird thing that I found out. When you don't want to be the do-boy ass sucker simp nigga and help them out, they catch your attitude with you like, this is things you supposed to do for them. And once you put me in a category that this is what you think I should do, you can always count on me to be a sucker, to always count on me to be a simp, then I no longer want to participate. Then at that particular point, you've taken my friendship for granted. You don't value me as a person, and the respect is out the window. Then I don't hear from you for months on end because I wouldn't simp off, trick off, and be a do-boy for you. And I've had quite a few women that has done that. Now, the whole point of this podcast is to tell you guys who are out there listening, you need to reevaluate the friendships, the relationships in your life and see who really truly values you. See who really truly cares for you. See who really truly got your best interest in mind, because you got a lot of people that you roll with, that you claim you down with, and they claim they down with you. But when you really think about it, how many of them people really been in the trenches for you? When you think about it, how many of those people are only cool with you when the sun is shining? How many of them people been around when the sun wasn't shining? It's a stormy day and they ain't nowhere to be found, or they'll have no potential way to not even necessarily help you, but to make you feel better, or to tell you it's going to be all right, put their hand around your shoulder and give you a hug and say, all right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I can't really do nothing about this, but I ain't going to let you be alone. I'm going to go grab some snacks. We're going to watch some movies, play some video games. I got you. Hey, look, you you're not alone. We'll not let you going through this shit. Most of the time, at best, you're gonna get, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That's fucked up. But keep your head up, player. And that's about the end of that. And especially for the people that have literally declared you as their financier, literally declared you as their safety net, their bank. Those are the people that you'll find that if you cannot provide whatever role they've given you in their head, it pisses them off. They act funny. They don't want to call. They ain't the same when you can't be whatever they've deemed you to be. And those are the ones I have learned to cut off extremely quick. Because if I can't be whatever role you placed in my head now, all of a sudden you want to treat me as if what we've shared or what I've been through or whatever I have done for you don't matter, then guess what? That is fine with me. That is okay. You hit the chopping block. Because as I tell y'all guys, and I've said this in previous podcasts, if this shit is not mutually beneficial for both of us to reap something out of it, the answer for me is automatically no. Because you're not going to use me up till I'm doing what I'm doing right now, making podcasts about it. Because one thing I learned about people, as long as the getting is good on their side of the fence, they don't give a fuck about what's going on your side of the fence unless they truly down with you. Now, the people who are truly down with you, you take those relationships, you protect them, you nourish them, and, you make sure that they grow, and you make sure no harm come to those, because as you get older, you learn without question, without doubt, that good, solid relationships are hard to come by in this world. And you got a lot of fair weather friends that they're all over the place. They sprinkled all over the place. But the first chance, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but the ones who are not real, the first chance they get to put the knife in your back and twist it, a lot of them do. And a lot of times we forgive them because they've been rolling with us. Hey, boy, they've been my friends since we've been 12. They've been my friend forever. We went to school together. But y'all don't understand that same type of bond y'all had when y'all was poor and broke and didn't have no money is not the same when y'all become grown, because life has a way of sending you in one direction. Life has a way of sending them in another direction. And then you keep looking at them, and that's that 6th grade boy when we fought had each other and somebody tried to jump you helped them. It's not the same. So sometimes you got to realize that as time go on and people mature and grow up, or either they mature or they regress, relationships change. They don't see you the same. And I've learned that if you can't give people what they want, then they have no use for you. And as I say, if y'all being completely honest with yourself, just take some time when you going to sleep at night, or when you're eating your dinner, or when you got some downtime, re-examine some of your relationships and look at things realistically. Don't look at them from your friends, from your current standpoint. Step outside yourself and try to look at this thing as a objective observer and see what a friendship or a relationship is really like. And once you start seeing things in a different light, it'll make you look at things different. Because I am no longer interested in trying to kiss nobody's ass. I am no longer interested going out my way to hang out with people. I am no longer interested in spending money to go, we're going on a trip. Somebody tell you at the last minute, and then they want you to spend money to go do it. No, if this trip is not thought out and planned out, don't make me an afterthought. If this trip wasn't had me in mind in the beginning, then don't invite me at the end and expect me to drop everything to go. I'm telling you, there are things that at this point of my life, I am not going along to get along. I'm just not doing it. And as I said, and that's my new mantra, if it's not mutually beneficial where we both getting something out of it, it is automatically no. And sometimes when your friends and your family members don't want to get their life together, don't waste another minute on trying to figure out why they can't. Don't waste another minute on trying to help them. Because at 51 years old, if you still trying to help somebody do a certain thing, I'm talking about the basics, then it's probably too late. You need to be okay and at peace with some people get comfortable at the bottom and they want to stay there. And one thing I know for sure, if you let certain people drag you to the bottom, they will drag you to the bottom, won't apologize, won't say my bad, my fault. They'll just say, well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And some people are not happy until they see you have a demise. Some people are not happy until they see you falter, until they see you fall. Because do y'all notice, be honest, once again, this is one of them things giving y'all some homework. Do y'all notice when everybody think we're all even on the same level, that we all broken, ain't got shit, we all are the best of friends? Y'all know we all down when they all think you the same. But the first time one of y'all in the group separate yourself to try to elevate a little bit, they'll say you changed. They'll say it ain't the same since he started making $80,000 a year. Or here's the thing, it only seems like the person is not the same because you're not moving. The person has not changed. It's that you haven't changed. Sometimes people say, oh, he distancing himself from us, right? Sometimes I'm not distancing myself. I ain't even moving. You don't realize you walking backwards. That's why we have distance between us. Now, there are sometimes that, yes, there are people started walking forward, and while you doing what you doing, you standing still, and it seems like it's distance. And then sometimes you could be moving forward, but I'm just moving forward faster, and that'll create distance. We both walking toward our goals. It's all about perception. And once somebody feels that you all are not on an even level, the playing field is not even, they always accuse you of changing, and things are not the same. It don't feel the same. It's not supposed to feel the same. It's not supposed to feel like when we were 12. We are grown now. It is not supposed to feel the same. I got a family. You doing what you do. We are moving in different directions. We can have a common goal, a common core, and that's the friendship. But when you start to infringe upon the friendship, then we got a problem. Then at that particular point, the friendship becomes strained. It becomes different. So I'm just telling y'all, look around at your life. Look at the relationships, especially your friends, and look at who are still truly your friends and who are associates and who are just motherfuckers you know. And you're going to find out the motherfuckers you know list is going to get really big when you start to be honest with yourself. All right, people. I just wanted to get in there, get in, get out, get on with my life. I just wanted to drop that little bit right there to let you know that sometimes things change in your friendships, but you got to be aware of when they change, because sometimes people moving different with you and you don't even realize it because you still feeling good about the friendship, and they don't even look at you the same and see you the same, and they treating you different, but you don't recognize it. One, because you still looking at friendship the way it is, and two, because you got shit going on, you ain't got time to analyze, if our friendship's still the same, right? So, but I'm asking you to analyze y'all friendship to see if it's still the same. All right, with that being said, your boy Mario is going to be out. Don't forget, you can find me everywhere that there's podcasts at, out there in them digital streets. Please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Please follow me on Facebook, Mario Watts 2. Please follow me on TikTok, Mario Watts 2. Please go to the YouTube page, subscribe, like, comment. Please check me out on Facebook, Random Select. Join the page, and thank you guys. And I'll catch you guys on the next time. And the next time, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Well, I guess I'll talk about the transition of my grandson and dealing with life and how you have to adjust on the fly. All right. Talk to you guys there.
Mario! Glad you could make it! You can clap now.